Do you think it is just money driven though?
No, it's not just money driven. He knows if he comes lacking, Crawford gonna beat him. Crawford knows if he comes lacking, Canelo gonna beat him. No, it's not money driven at all. Money just was a good reason to make the fight happen.
Terence is a tremendously skilled fighter. So is Canelo a very skilled fighter, but he doesn't have the same skill set as Terence.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you, man.
You interact together. What is it in your mind?
I think he's just used to the stage. You know what I'm saying? Different stage, man. But
Do you think it's only about money? No, it's not just money. He knows if he slips, Crawford beats him. Crawford knows if he's off, Canelo beats him. It isn't money-based at all. Money just helped make the fight possible. Terence is extremely skilled. So is Canelo, but their styles aren't the same. Crawford has tools Canelo doesn't. Thank you, Bob, much respect. When they interact, what do you think? Honestly, he's just more comfortable on that stage. Different level, man. But really, I don't know, it's tricky.
From the Mexican fans really well, and then towards the end of the press conference, he's so succinct and pithy in everything he says, Bud, that his supporters eventually came to the fore in the arena. He's incredibly popular. Canelo's he's not arrogant, but he's got so much self-belief. And then it's like a game of ping pong, back and forth all the time. Great atmosphere. We've had a brilliant day interviewing so many people about it. Today makes me feel really stoked about this fight now.
Stoked, it's a great word.
Stoked.
There's a lot of respect between both guys. I think they both know what they've got themselves into. Obviously, Terence is on the precipice of history. 3-weight undisputed champion, not been done in the modern era. And obviously Canelo Alvarez, he's taking a big risk here. He's fighting what everybody's saying is the smaller guy. But when he was up on that stage, both guys paying an awful amount of respect to each other, both admitting that this is a 50-50 and could go either way.
Yeah, no nostalgia. They were asked about nostalgia and the biggest fight of their lives. Neither man wants to think about those things. They know they've got an elitist fighter in front of them. Canelo, like you say, has his legacy to lose in many ways that he's created in recent times at super middleweight, being undefeated in that division for 6.5 years against a guy that's come up from lightweight. Let's not forget that he beat Ricky Burns to win the world title at the beginning. It's a massive ask for Terence Crawford still, but there's that feeling in all of us that he is capable of doing it, and he presents that the whole time. He's got this poker face, he's got this ability to respond in the right way to everything.
Crawford at the higher weight proved he could earn Canelo.
He handled the Mexican fans' boos really well. By the end of the press event, Crawford's sharp words got his supporters loud in the arena. He's hugely popular. Canelo too, he's not cocky, but he's full of belief. Felt like a ping pong match, constant back and forth. Amazing vibe all day talking to people. Honestly, today left me buzzing about the fight. Buzzing's the right word, buzzing. There's real respect between them. Both know the risk. Crawford's chasing history, 3-division undisputed, hasn't been done modern day. Canelo's risking a lot too. He's fighting the smaller man, but on stage it was pure respect. They even admitted it's a 50-50 fight. No nostalgia, neither wants to dwell on past moments. They're focused. Canelo's got his unbeaten run at super middleweight, 6+ years strong. Crawford started way down at lightweight. It's a huge task, but he gives off that calm confidence, like he really can pull it off.
68 pounds. It is going to be a bit of a mystery how he comes into this weight class. There were some rumors of a shoulder injury. I'm not putting any stock into that because I don't think we can unless there's anything official really out there. Point being, there's got a lot of question marks around Terence Crawford. This video, we are going to suppose that those question marks are answered in full force by Terence Crawford being an absolute monster at this weight class. There's a lot of assuming, but it's kind of what we have to do to see the best version of Terence Crawford in this fight. So let's assume the weight doesn't bother him. Let's assume he is fully healthy, not injured. Let's assume that Canelo's power is not too much from him coming up from 147, 154 to 168. Let's assume all that's true. How does Terence Crawford win this fight? Number one, he has to get Canelo's respect early. Terence Crawford is not going to fight this fight on his back foot, circling around the ring like William Skull or Edgar Berlanga, any of these guys that got hit by Canelo and went, ooh, no, I don't want any part of that. That can't happen. And do not forget, by the way, that Charlo was 154 undisputed.
At 168 pounds, no one knows how Crawford adjusts. People whispered about a shoulder issue, but unless it's official, I ignore it. Point is, there are question marks. Here, we'll assume Crawford shows up as a beast at this weight. Maybe risky, but let's say the weight isn't a problem, no injuries, and Canelo's size isn't too much moving up from 147/154. If all that's true, how does Crawford win? First, he must earn Canelo's respect right away. He can't spend the fight circling and running like some of Canelo's past opponents who folded under pressure. He has to show he belongs in there. Don't forget, Charlo was an undisputed champ at 154.
For Canelo before we move on to you and Canelo. Yeah. Who you got for this? I mean, this is an exciting fight. What's your pick for this one?
I think Canelo's going to win rounds 8 to 10 knockout.
You think he'll get the stoppage, yeah?
Yeah, I think he's going to get the stoppage. I think.
Are you basing that just on size? Or?
No. It's a little bit on size, but I think Crawford's ego is not going to let him box. You got to remember,
so you think they'll take him on?
Yeah. And I think he'll try. He'll do what he has to do at the start, realise it's not going to work. Later on, try and match him, and that's it. Game over.
See, I think if Crawford's going to do the job, it's got to be boxing, moving, keeping.
That's the only way it can be done. He can't fight him, can he?
No, he can't fight. And you're saying there he gets drawn in because he just might do because he's unbeaten. He fancies himself as a bit of a tough. Well, he's tough, isn't he? He's tough, strong. He does everything well.
Yeah.
But at this weight, but Canelo was down at welterweight when he started, up at light heavyweight, and obviously been beat. He lost to Mayweather and lost to Dimitri Bivol. Yeah, Bivol was too much for him. Yeah, back down at super middleweight now. That's probably his comfortable weight, and he just think Crawford's just not big enough.
Nah, I don't think he is, man. And the thing is, with someone like Canelo, you got to either throw punches in bunches like Bivol did, or you got to be there where he respects your power, like GGG and these guys. So. It sounds a bit mad, but I don't think Crawford's got either or. Yeah. He's talented, one of the best fighters in our generation, but you've got to remember you're going up. 2 divisions, 3 divisions.
Yeah, 2 or 3 divisions.
It's different, the game's different up there.
And Canelo's not going anywhere, is it? Because he got clipped. You mentioned Bivol there, and Bivol smashed him with quite a lot of big heavy shots. Yeah. And he coped.
He took it.
Never been down, has
Nah, he ate it, and it didn't phase him. So I don't see how Crawford can.
Crawford, Canelo, who you got? Honestly, I see Canelo stopping him, round 8 to 10. A stoppage? Yeah, I believe so. Why, just size. Not just size. Crawford's pride won't let him purely box. He'll engage. At first, he'll try to box, but later he'll stand and trade. That's dangerous. For Crawford to win, he must box, move, and avoid a brawl. But unbeaten fighters believe they can handle anything, and Crawford is tough. At this weight though, it's different. Canelo's been from welter all the way to light heavyweight. Lost only to Mayweather and Bivol. Now back at 168, his natural spot. Crawford doesn't have Bivol's volume or Golovkin's power. He's great, but size here matters. Canelo takes shots and keeps coming, never been dropped. Crawford may not be able to hurt him.
Reed, Canelo's not as difficult, but Canelo's just so much more experienced. And yes, they're going to look physically the same, but he's the natural 168-pounder. He's the one that's taken shots from guys that probably on a fight night weigh in nearly 200 pounds, and he's been able to eat those shots, eat them, right? I mean, we haven't seen Canelo wobbled since Miguel Cotto's brother wobbled him way back when, right? I mean, apart from that, this guy's taken shots off Gennady Golovkin. And anyone that can eat shots off Golovkin, I'm sorry, you've got my full respect, because we know how hard Golovkin hits. What will Crawford's legs look like after a few rounds against Canelo? Like, Crawford's going to have to be active. One thing Crawford's got to understand as well, it's in Vegas. If you want to beat Canelo, you got to beat Canelo. A bit like Bivol did. You've got to make sure there is no arguments. It's all said and done. I did way more work. So Crawford's got to be busy. Canelo, we just know, isn't going to revert back to Canelo of 6-7 years ago. It ain't going to happen. So what Canelo does do is he tries to hurt you with one big shot now. He won't load up. He'll tap you, then bang. I think we've seen that, especially that shot he throws where it looks like he's going to go to the body, then it goes up top. He's really good at that shot. So Crawford's got to look out for that. I think Crawford wins quite a few of the early rounds. And then I think the weight of Canelo's punches the weight in Crawford's legs starts to take some impact, and I think Canelo starts to eat a lot of the second half of the fight rounds, and then I think it comes down to who can do something in 11 and 12 championship rounds. I really do believe that's how it's going to play out. I've got a feeling that Canelo will hurt Crawford.
Crawford is hard to read, but Canelo's experience is unmatched. Both look similar in size, yet Canelo's the natural 168 guy. He's taken shots from near 200-pound fighters and absorbed them. Since Cotto's brother years ago, he's rarely even been shaken. He's eaten Golovkin's bombs, few can do that. So the question, what do Crawford's legs look like after rounds of pressure? He'll need to stay busy. Remember, it's Vegas. To beat Canelo here, you must dominate clearly, like Bivol did. Crawford must outwork him, no debate. Canelo now fights smarter, setting traps. That body-to-head hook he throws is deadly. Crawford can win early rounds, but eventually Canelo's power tells. By rounds 11 to 12, it'll come down to who can dig deepest. My gut says Canelo hurts him late.
He's around a whole bunch of dope people, right? His whole camp, we all know 7 people's been busted there. So how and why is no one asking about if he's been dope tested for this mega fight, right? And that's what I've been watching for. And that's why, you know, my interest is waning, my interest, because I understand that there's people who don't care. You know what I call boxing here, BTBG, beat the black guy. That's what I call boxing. That's what I've been seeing for years, right? Example, who gave a damn when Devin Haney was cheating with Ryan Garcia? Full of dope. All they were doing is celebrating a win, is what they were calling it, that somebody doped.
He's surrounded by guys with doping history, 7 people caught in his camp. Why is nobody asking if he's being tested properly for this mega fight? That's what I've been watching for. Truth is, my interest drops when the system feels unfair. Boxing often feels like BTBG, beat the black guy. I've seen it for years. Example, nobody cared when Devin Haney got cheated, while Ryan Garcia, full of band stuff, was celebrated like nothing was wrong. That's what frustrates me.
Pick him over Canelo. That fight's gonna happen in September at 168.
Well, it's a big difference in weight with Canelo and Terence. But if any fighter has a chance with Canelo, it's Terence. Terence is a super talent, and he has a real chance, despite the weight disparity, to beat Canelo. A real chance.
Who would you favor, though? Or is it just 50-50?
It's very hard because of the difference in weight. I would think that if I had to bet the fight, that I would bet Terence, because Terence has more skills than Canelo. But he's given away a lot of weight, a lot of real weight, so that matters. But again, Terence is a tremendously skilled fighter. So is Canelo a very skilled fighter, but he doesn't have the same skill set as Terence.
Would you pick Crawford over Canelo at 168 in September? Big weight gap, but if anyone can, it's Crawford. He's a rare talent and absolutely has a chance despite the size difference. Who would you favor then, 50-50? It's tough because of the weight. If I had to bet, I'd lean Crawford. His skills outshine Canelo's. But the weight is real, it matters. Canelo's strong at 168. Still, Crawford's unique skill set could offset that.
I feel like it's leaning towards Canelo, man.
Really?
Yeah.
And what gives you that feeling when you think about it? Is it just, is it the way he looks? Is it the way they interact together? What is it in your mind?
I think he's just used to the stage. You know what I'm saying? It's a different stage, man. But I don't know, man. It's like I said, Crawford that dude. But I don't know, man. I think Canelo gonna get it.
Is there anything that you feel like Terence is giving off that makes you feel like maybe the moment is too big, in your opinion, having seen it time and time again, or is it just a gut feeling you have?
No, man, I just think, man, that, you know, it's just comfortability, like as far as weight and, you know, activity. Canelo's been active, and, you know, I don't know, man. It's hard to be on your A game when you ain't fighting over a year. So, especially when you fight top level.
What makes it difficult when you've been out for a year?
Because timing.
What is it about coming back?
It's just that timing. It's that timing, you know what I'm saying? It's like...
Under the lights, do you feel it favors Canelo? Yeah, I do. Why's that? His look? His presence? I think he's just more comfortable on that stage. Different environment. Crawford's a beast, no doubt, but something says Canelo edges it. Do you sense Crawford feeling the pressure, or just gut instinct? Just instinct. Canelo's comfort, activity, and weight advantage matter. Crawford hasn't fought in over a year. That's tough. What's the hardest part about coming back after so long? Timing. The rhythm. Especially moving up in weight and facing elite opposition, it's tough to be sharp right away.
We just stepped away from we just stepped on the scale, 167.5. Crawford has the same weight. Interesting. And so they both seem to be in great shape. Canelo is ready, he's mentally ready as well, in a great mood, feels strong, looks strong, and is ready to perform.
My prediction, Canelo stoppage 8. It's a great fight, two great fighters. What do you think? How does this fight unfold?
Yeah, I could see that somewhere between the 8 and the 10. It's just like, you know, I'm not so sure that that Crawford moving up to weighing in at 167.5 pounds is really the smartest move, because I believe that Crawford is not going to win the fight based on weight. Canelo is the bigger, stronger guy. So I think what Crawford did by actually coming in so high, he gave up some of his advantages, such as speed. So I personally think that was not a smart move, but hey, we'll take it.
You've known Canelo for many, many years, almost 20 years, 19 years. Tell me about the first time you ever met him and his route to where he is right now.
It's funny, we actually were looking the other day at some old pictures, and I shared them with Canelo. It was, he was 17 years old. It was in downtown Los Angeles at the Fiesta Broadway event, the big Hispanic festival, where he showed up with Chepo and with Eddie, and my kids were there, my 3 sons, my wife, and they were like, you know, I don't know.
Morning weigh-in results, 167.5 for both. They look in shape. Canelo's sharp, focused, strong, ready to perform. My call, Canelo stoppage, round 8. 2 elite fighters, but I see that ending. Could be 8 to 10. Honestly, I don't think Crawford weighing 167 plus was wise. His game is built on speed, and coming in heavier may have cost him that edge. Canelo's naturally bigger and stronger. I've known Canelo nearly 20 years. First met him at 17, Fiesta Broadway in LA. He came with Chepo and Eddie. I had my kids and wife there. Looking back at old pictures now, it's wild to see where he started to where he is today.
Brings that level of motivation. But do you think that it is just money driven though?
No, it's not just money driven. He knows that if he comes lacking, Crawford gonna beat him. Crawford knows if he comes lacking, Canelo gonna beat him. No, it's not money driven at all. Money just was a good reason to make the fight happen. You ask, why did he take Crawford instead of anybody else? Because this is the best money opportunity, but it's also a better situation if you look at the whole dynamics of it. Canelo gets to be the big guy.
Yeah.
In a fight where he can make the most money he probably ever made.
Yeah.
Why would you not want that? You understand me? So no, money only incentive, but why would I not take a fight where I'm the bigger guy? You understand me? I know, and this guy is good, don't get it wrong, which is what gets you out of bed every day. This guy is the only guy in the 4-belt era to be unified champion in 2 weight classes. You ain't getting your behind up out of bed for him. and you don't get up out of bed for nobody.
Yeah. Look, you talk there about Crawford being the bigger guy. Everyone's really...
No, Canelo being the bigger guy.
Sorry, about Canelo being the bigger guy. Everyone's really kind of hung up on the fact that Crawford's obviously coming up 2 weight divisions. But you've said before that he naturally walks around heavier than people kind of think, that actually it's not so much about him coming up, it's about the fact that he's not boiling down as much as before. So do you think the weight is as much of a factor as people are saying it is?
No, I don't. You know, I love guys like Crawford who follow a blueprint that I set. I set that blueprint to put in their heads that just because the guy's bigger don't mean you got to lose to him. When I came in to fight Gerald Reese, I gave up a lot of weight. You understand me? But because I had the technique and the skill and the punching power to get my respect, I was able to win the fight. And I did that so that people can understand that just because the guy's bigger than you don't mean that he got it.
Do you think it's mainly money? No, not only. If Canelo slips, Crawford beats him. If Crawford slips, Canelo beats him. Money helped, but it's not the only factor. Why Crawford? Because it's the best payday and also smart. Canelo gets to be the bigger guy and make career-high money. Why not? Crawford's elite too. Only man to unify 2 divisions in the 4-belt era. If you don't get motivated for him, you won't for anyone. People keep saying Crawford's small, moving up 2 weights. But he naturally walks heavier than many realize. It's more about cutting less, not bulking up. Weight isn't as big of an issue as people think. I always thought that size doesn't guarantee victory. Against bigger men, my skills and power earned respect. Same with Crawford, if he shows his tools, he can win despite size.
You think about this matchup, Crawford moving up 21 pounds essentially to take on the guy at 68.
Yeah, man, Crawford's an amazing fighter. I call him Kung Fu because he fights on different styles. He's, hard to hit and he hits hard. And he's boxing a guy that, he has to jump up in weight like 3 categories. This man is like a body snatcher. He comes and he wears you down. So it's a great fight. He's boxed, I'm talking Canelo's boxed a lot of guys that move around. And, he's used to that type of boxing. And he's used to guys that, try and hide. But this Crawford ain't gonna hide from him. Crawford is looking to, put some punches on him and keep him at a distance. That's what I would do if I was Crawford. And then take his opportunity. I mean, I would say Canelo is not easy punches on him and keep him at a distance. That's what I would do if I was Crawford. And then take his opportunity. I mean, I would say.
What do you think of Crawford moving up 21 pounds to 168? Crawford's amazing. I call him Kung Fu because of his style shifts. Hard to hit, hits hard. But now he's facing a natural 168 guy. Canelo's a grinder, he breaks you down over rounds. He's faced slick movers before, he's used to that. But Crawford won't run, he'll box, keep distance, and pick his moments. If I were in Crawford's corner, that's the plan I'd push. But remember, Canelo's very hard to land clean on.